James, start with the block that you had that everyone's talking about. Did you say, I got to do this with two hands? I mean, just what goes through your head when you go up to do that?
I was mainly worried about, I knew I didn't have any help side, and I knew I was going to get taken out of the game if he scored it. So I just try to go up as high as I can and snatch it with two hands and just get it to my teammate, and Stevie picked it up. So I just try to get to the ball, really.
You normally try to just do a normal block with one hand, or what brought on the two-handed sort of stuff that?
Just instinct, I guess. I felt I got a little bit higher than usual. I think I could get a better contest on with two hands, so I just got two of them on just ball to the ground. So.
James, on that play with Bacho, you were fronting him.
Yeah.
Original. Now, were you supposed to be fronting him? Or?
Yeah, we front the push, yeah.
Okay, so I mean that's a pretty good pass.
Yeah.
To get over your head. So I mean, as you're seeing that ball going through the air, and it's a pretty good pass. I mean, what do you, like you said, there's no help below you, so.
I just felt, I don't know, I just had an instinct. He wasn't going to pump fake me. He was going to go straight up with it. I think I left the floor before he did, so I timed it pretty well, and I just got pretty high, I guess, and I just blocked it with two hands. So, yeah.
When it's over, what goes through your head? Do you realize, man, that was pretty good, that was cool? Do you know that right away, or just
No, every time I get a block, I just run as fast as I can down the other end of the floor and try and get a bucket real quick, because normally their defense is like, what just happened, that we can try and get a quick one. But we did fumble the ball a little bit. Bacho tried to dive on it after I blocked him, but then we eventually got down the other end. So I just try and run as fast as I can in transition, try and get an easy bucket. So
keeping a block in bounds, and you know, a lot of times those get swatted out of bounds, and so the opposing team gets to play over. So how important is that? Is that something you think about?
Yeah, I do try and, if I am going to try and get a block, I try and block it either downwards or, like, towards my teammates. Like, there was one exception to that. The first one, I got on Bacho, I try to block it towards the sideline, so it'd have a little bit more, like, time from my teammates to go get it, and then Joe went and dived after it. Great hustle play by Joe. And we were able to keep the ball alive on that possession, so.
James, how much do you, in your opinion, how much can one play, one moment like that, have an effect on what happens for the rest of the guys' career?
I think in an away game especially, I mean, you know how our home crowd reacts to defensive plays like that, but I think in an away game where we don't have the advantage of the crowd, I think it's important, like defensive plays like that, just to get like our bench like active, get everyone jumping, get everyone active. I think they're important both ways, but I think it's a little bit more important for away games, just so we have that spur of energy.
For your career, though, I guess is what. How much can one moment have an effect on what happens to you the rest of the season, next season?
I guess the rest of the Big 12 know I'm a shot blocker now, so I guess I have to just be aware of that when they drive to the rim now when I'm there. So I guess it just helps our team a little bit better, I guess.
Do you watch Sagabal Konate tape? Do you?
Yeah, I watched the one game I think he had against I think it was Kansas. He had like 5 or 6 blocks at home, and I was just watching people just drive to the lane, and he just go up with two hands in front of the rim, and yeah, I watched a lot of Sags tape, so yeah.
Where's your confidence level now? Not just because of that game, but as the season builds, where's that going?
Confidence?
Yeah.
I think it's getting there. I think it's going up. I think coach trusts me more. He knows what he puts me in to do. Get some rebounds, be an athlete on the floor, defend the rim. So now I have more confidence in that role. I think he trusts me more to do that. So confidence is going up.
How often have people brought up that play to you in the last day and a half, or whatever it's been since then?
A lot. I was on my way home. I was just walking home, and like 4 people I just didn't know were just yelling at me, said nice block, and I was confused. I said thank you and just kept walking. So that was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool moment. Yeah.
Any calls from back home on the play or anything?
Yeah, all my old schoolmates and people I used to play basketball with back in the UK, I was like, what happened to you? So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
You've talked about about that before. Do they understand how big college basketball is? That you'll play in front of 14,000?
Yeah, I think they appreciate the 14,000. Like in the place I used to play, we had like a crowd of maybe like 15 parents. So it's a big step up from 15 parents to 14,000 screaming fans. But yeah.
Was it hard for you? Because even prep school, I'm sure you didn't get crowds like that, and that was a COVID year anyway.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, we didn't really have crowds because it was COVID. Peach Jam wasn't really Peach Jam because there was still like COVID restrictions. But I guess I'm just used to it.
So so now you step out in front of a big crowd. What's it like? Or at least what was it like initially, and what's it like now?
As a freshman, the first Big 12 game was ironically against Texas Tech. That kind of, I was just kind of shocked. Like I feel as if like the adrenaline hit me really quickly, and then I was gassed in like 6 minutes. But now it's cool. I'm oriented to it. I don't really pay much attention to it and just try and get a win.
James, that was your first part of being a Big 12 road win.
Yeah.
What was it like, I guess, coming back? And I mean, not only getting a win, but the fact that you played a big part in it.
It felt amazing, to be honest. Like, we were walking to the locker room, and I was just dapping up all my teammates, all the staff. I was really happy. Everybody else was really happy too, and let's hope we can get some more of those down the road. So.
A little bit more enjoyable on the flight.
Yeah, a little bit more. Everybody was tired though. It was like 2 a.m. But yeah.
James, you have the highlight play. Seth was just in here. He made 5 threes. Great game, and the expectation is that you guys will play again and play well. Maybe not like highlight block or 5 threes, but like, what do you have to do tomorrow? Coming off a good game.
Just for me, just come out with the same type of energy. Try and get as many boards as possible. Protect the rim. Have those hustle plays. Just lock in defensively. Try and be that defensive anchor for the team. Give good minutes off the bench. Good energy. Support my teammates and everything we can do to win. I think Seth's playing with a lot more confidence. Really proud of Seth. He's doing really well recently, especially in practice. He's just killing it. But we know what Hugs brought us here to do, and we're just trying to fill that role as best as we can.